technology has been advancing at a rather rapid rate recently, and that is all good and fine. However, it has begun to come at the cost of the average technological literacy. I am someone who deeply appreciates a more hands on learning experience, and so I have personally felt the decline in the popularity of the shop class quite a bit, and through my research, I've gained a better understanding of what some of the benefits of them are. A lot of us are going to be looking to enter the adult world within the next 2 years, but there are a few skills that are required to be successful there, which are not commonly given. So today we're going to talk about what the benefits are of a shop class, what some people might argue are the downsides of it, and how they should really be implemented. Shop classes teach students how to solve their own problems in their own ways. Matthew Crawford, a motorcycle mechanic with experience as an electrician and a PhD in philosophy, is a big advocate of this idea. He says in his book that we have started to lose our connection with our own things. Instead, we have started to pay other people to repair or really even replace our things for us. The skills that we lose by doing this have widespread implications across all of our lives due to the skills we're missing out on. So, now that we have talked about what some of the benefits of shop class are, let's talk about what some people might say are downsides. An argument that can be made against them is that they're too expensive and too dangerous to maintain. These claims are grounded in reality, as there were around 1,000 injuries among Utah high school students in 1992 to 1996. However, that figure is only around 7% of the 14,000 school-related injuries among that group. And among the shop class injuries, a pretty respectable portion of them could be pretty easily avoided, since they were due to personal misuse of the tools provided. So with stricter guidelines and instructions, a lot of the mistakes that are made and injuries that are accumulated through shop class could be reduced. So now that we have talked about what some might say are the downsides of shop class, now let's talk about how they should really be implemented. There's a class at the San Diego University entitled Machine Shop Practices and Solid Modeling, which is formatted in a rather interesting way, in which the students are taught to use the tools needed for the upcoming project, and then briefed on the project itself, and then let loose to complete it in any way they decide, this being one of the projects. This approach does allow for the more creative solutions mentioned earlier, which benefit students greatly by allowing them to solve their own problems rather than finding a preset solution themselves. Another example is a case study from last year in which 10 students were instructed on how to write, produce, and play their own music in a public setting. These students were allowed to express themselves in ways that are not usually allowed, that are not usually accommodated by the public schooling system, which will also benefit them greatly. So, now that we have talked about what the benefits of shop class are, what some people might say against them, and how they should really be implemented, I urge you, go, research and learn how to fix your own stuff. Thank you.
There you go.
Yeah, man.